discuss the agenda on branding the workplace. Would you see an opportunity in branding the overall business process management industry to this young graduating class? Do you see that there is a need for us to do some focused interventions for that myth that this is not a strong career, this is not my first option, this is not my employer of choice? To genuinely do something on that area, that at least we are able to educate this class that they can do a better decision.
Most definitely, yes. I think managing on fact and bringing to these are intelligent people. They have votes and they can elect the government to this country. And we rely on that judgment of theirs as to who will sit in government and who will rule this country. But if we don't give them enough facts to be able to take a decision on their own career choices, we are very unfair to them. And a lot of that knowledge it's not known. You know, what happens is when the cousin does well in an industry, and the cousin is 8 years older to me, 10 years older to me, typically half a generation size older, that is when the mother starts saying, uske jaise kar lo. Right? We are too young an industry for that to have happened. It will happen in due course of time, because the wealth creation, the prosperity, the club memberships and the cars and the houses and the holidays, all of that is happening, which is the aspirational side for the young kid, for people to be able to say that. Now, as we talk of branding, what is branding? It is to say that just with one term, what goes into the mind is all the royalty of whatever it stands for, whether it is Coke as a brand, whether it is Pepsi as a brand, or a Suzuki as a brand, or whatever. So we are saying that where we talk of a job in this industry, the hearsay is also not that large. The talk is of negative stories in the newspaper, and it is almost as if the example that I use is when they first made instant coffee, which was a great coffee, and till that time everybody used to brew the coffee, which took whatever, half an hour, 45 minutes for one cup to be ready. And then they got instant coffee. They could add a spoon of it, add hot water, and wow, bingo, the coffee was ready. But as they researched it, they found it was selling well, but they went in and it was never on the table in the household, because the wife used to go in a corner, put coffee in the pot, put hot water and bring it out as if she'd brewed it. Because using instant coffee, you were a bad housewife if you used instant coffee. And it has moved now. Now it is not. But if you look at the evolution of the coffee and the brand of instant coffee, leave alone the brand of that manufacturer, that brand of instant coffee was, you are a bad housewife if you use this. And then people realized that you were not really bad, it was actually good, and the good things. That is an evolution that has to happen. So branding is a must, but to make the branding real, we have to bring out the pros and the cons so that the employee can take an educated decision. I think we are some distance away from it. Some of the stories are coming out now. Colleges call their alumni to talk to the people, and lo and behold, 5 of the alumni are from within the BPO industry. Oh, really? Then I should aspire for that. So there is a timeline that has to happen. It has to be based on fact. And where there are not good things happening in the industry, that also has to come out of the branding, and the industry has to take cognizance to say, hey, that is not good, I need to be able to improve it. Whether it is the quality of, say, the cafeterias, the gyms, the doctors on call, the nurses on call, the fact that somebody will go and buy your movie tickets for you and come. There is a whole lot of facilities that we give to make it worthwhile for the employee. No other industry gives as much as the BPO industry does. And that has to sink in, that has to become a part of the understanding. To a graduate getting 25,000-30,000 bucks a month, the next day where he or she was on perhaps 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 rupee pocket money. It's a 10 to 20x increase in the financial resources that are available, and no other industry has that price point at an entry level that the BPO industry is able to offer. But we have our own side of cribs. 4 to 6 weeks later, we used to find an employee becoming productive. That means the employee was a revenue generating employee that would add to our revenues and add to our profits. For that 4 to 6 weeks, we used to pay and were happy to pay a salary for the employee to train. That 6 weeks has now become 3 to 4 months. It is working towards becoming 6 months. I have to pay you salary for 4 months and train you before you can get revenue generating. I need you to work at least 6 months for me to be able to recover what I've already paid you. And good God, 2 months after I've trained you, you're going to leave the job and go to another company before I'm able to recover the investments that I've made in you. So there are commercial challenges that the reality is bringing out, and I guess we still have to find solutions to that. It could be the branding aspect to be able to attract some kind of talent. It is also the retention aspect. It is also an aspect to say that if I got any other place in the world, when you go for training, you pay for your training. In this industry, you get paid to be trained, and the employee comes in to think he or she is doing us a favor to get trained. I mean, there is some mismatch, and over a period of time that will go away, because the right kind of talent will get attracted and the talent will become revenue generating in the right time frame, so that it makes commercial and economic sense. This industry is not here to do social service. We are for profit, and our entire reasons for existence is to be able to make profit for our stakeholders.